Babe, wake up. A new episode of Daredevil Born Again Season 2 just came out, and it's the best Daredevil media since Season 3. Who the fuck said that? Yeah, no, but no, in all seriousness, that was the best Daredevil media since Season 3. I use the word media loosely. I'm not including comics and all that shit. I don't read any comics, but I just mean like film and television wise. That is the best thing we've gotten since Season 3. No bullshit, no hyper. I speak no hyperbole, dude. That was simply fantastic. There wasn't a single scene where I wasn't thinking, this is better than 95% of Born Again. Like, seriously, there wasn't a single scene where I was like, this is kind of just typical Born Again stuff, or, this is just whatever. Not a single scene. 52-minute episode, not a single scene. I was like teetering. Not a single one. Past or present. And oh boy, we'll be getting into that shit today, because there was plenty of flashbacks this episode, and the way they were handled, I both loved and hated it. I don't mean hated in a bad way, but to go ahead and just get started with it. The worst thing about this episode for me was the visual contrast. Going from It wasn't just the visual contrast. It was the fact that the same people who are making and shooting Born Again also made and shot these flashback sequences which look as good as the Netflix show. So you're telling me they could have done this the whole time, but they deliberately choose to make their show look worse. It is the most fucking tonal fucking whiplash of all time when you go from a beautiful Season 1 style scene with the yellow lighting and like the gritty feel and it's so fucking beautiful, and then you cut to Daniel in the hospital and it looks like a scene ripped straight out of the Captain America Civil War airport battle. Like, it's the grayest thing I've ever fucking seen. Like, I get, it's a hospital, it's supposed to be like a sterile environment, whatever. You can still make that look interesting, right? Like, and I don't want to harp too much on this because there was like 95% of the stuff in this episode was the best stuff in the entire show. So I'm not going to harp too long on the visuals because I want to get to the stuff that I actually did like. But that was the one thing where I was like, dude, I'm not saying you have to make it look exactly like the Netflix show, because I get that, like, it's a different style, right? Like, it's not trying to be the Netflix show. That's fine, but it's different when the style that you're doing just looks bad. It just looks bad. It just doesn't look good. And when you show me good visuals that you are capable of producing and then cut to the bad visuals that you have been deliberately using this whole time, it's just like, what the fuck? It's one thing if they were to just commit to the bad visuals, but no, they shot flashback sequences to the Netflix show, and it felt like it was ripped straight out of the Netflix show. Visuals, dialogue, and all. Everything. Like, it was insane. Like, dude, holy shit. Like, it was the same thing as last episode when it would cut to archival footage from the Netflix show. Like a flashback, like a quick flashback, and then it would cut back to the present day and it looks like shit. And it did the same thing, basically. Even though it wasn't technically archival footage, it very well could have been. It very well could have been, you know? There was some stuff in the flashbacks where I was like, yeah, that looks a little weird. But like 99% of the stuff, like, it literally looked straight out of the Netflix show. No bullshit. Like, seriously. And that's what I want to get into now, is just to talk about the flashback sequences. Because, dude, they were so fucking good. They were so fucking good, dude. Like, I was hesitant, right? I was going to be like, oh, they're going to try to replicate the Netflix show, and it's going to be like a cute, inferior imitation. No, I mean, you're never going to 100% replicate the Netflix show unless you literally get the people who shot those scenes and wrote those scenes. You're not going to get it down 100%, but damn, were they close. Damn, were they close, dude. Like, seriously. That was, like, the aspect ratio, obviously, which I don't know why. I don't know why, like, Marvel Studios enforces this aspect ratio on all of their shows, because, like, I can tell that the people who are making this show know ball, and, like, or at least I think they do. I don't know, dude. It's so fucking frustrating. But I don't know specifically, and this is a problem I have with all of the MCU shows, like on Disney Plus, is that they're all letterboxed. You don't letterbox TV shows, you letterbox movies, and TV shows are a full aspect ratio. Everybody fucking knows that. But for some reason, and other modern shows do it too, like The Boys, right? Like it's not just it's not just an MCU thing. So many modern shows do it nowadays. They make their shows look like movies in the aspect ratio, and it's like, why? Why? Like, why? It makes everything look the same. Like it's boring. Um but yeah, they even brought back the original aspect ratio, which was nice. And I mean everything, dude. They got the lighting down to a damn T. One little asterisk on that is that I want to say that they somehow still found a way in a few shots. They found a fucking way to sneak in their shitty little window backlighting that I've been complaining about for since this show's premiere back last year. They still found a way to sneak it into their beautiful Netflix flashbacks, which is fucking astonishing, dude. It's fucking astonishing. Like, that never happened in the Netflix show. Like that's one of the only things where if you were to show me that next to the Netflix show, I'd be like, yeah, no, this is a shitty imitation of the Netflix show. Like they literally they can't help themselves, dude. Like, they're so horny for that window backlighting. It's insane. And there's nothing wrong with shooting characters against a window, but there's a way to do it right and there's a way to do it wrong. And this show does it wrong every fucking time. It's like, dude, when are you going to learn, right? When are you going to learn? If they're still doing this shit in season 3, I might fucking jump off my balcony, dude. No bullshit. Like, seriously, it's actually infuriating at this point. It's so bad to the point where they're literally trying to replicate the Netflix show, but they're still so giddy about their window backlighting that they have to sneak it into their Netflix flashback shots, and it's like, why? Literally, why? I saw a commercial because I have the Disney Plus plan with ads, so I get ads in the middle of my episodes. I saw a commercial in the middle of this episode, and there was a shot where two people were in front of windows, and it looked better than the multi-million-dollar fucking TV show I was watching. Like, it's insane. Like, how can you not do this right? How? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with shooting characters against a window, but there's a way to do it right and there's a way to do it wrong. This show does it so fucking wrong because the light coming in from the window is so fucking bright. It distracts from anything else going on in the frame. It washes everything out, and it just distracts me, right? Like, there's a scene like that scene of Matt and Foggy and Terry talking to the guy, whatever his name is, I forgot. The guy that calls Foggy Fembot. And there's that window backlighting. And it's like, I'm not focused on the characters right now. I'm being literally blinded. I'm going to turn into Matt Murdock in a second because this bright fucking light is just shining right in the fucking face. Like, and there's no way it looks like that on set, right? Like, there's no fucking way. They had to have done that in post. They had to. Like, I guess it's a stylistic choice at this point because they're clearly very committed to it. It is just like the worst stylistic choice I've ever seen in my fucking life. It is just fucking repulsive. It's awful. But I don't want to keep going down these rabbit holes of complaints because like this is the best episode of the show. The last episode was the best episode of the show up to that point. This episode mogs it in every, and I still love the last episode 4 with the gloves off is what it's called, I think. I still love that episode. This episode mogs it in every single aspect of every single, like, everything. It's like, besides maybe the tension, but like this episode wasn't really going for like a tension type thing. Anyways, I'm gonna shut the fuck up about the window backlighting and the visual contrast and whatever. I'm gonna talk about what I like because this episode is so rich with amazing things. And I thought that I was just going to be into the flashback stuff and then the present day stuff was going to be like, yeah, whatever. No, I mean, the present day stuff was just as good, like writing wise, obviously not visual wise, but writing wise, it was just as interesting, if not more, right? Like my favorite scene in this whole episode, I'm still thinking on it, but I'm pretty sure it would be that last scene. It's not even a flashback. It would be that last scene with Vanessa and Fisk in the hospital when she wakes up from her coma or from the surgery or whatever, and they have that little conversation. By the way, Vincent D'Onofrio, acted his ass off this episode. He acts his ass off all the time. He always gives us 100%. His performance as Fisk is amazing, but he has so much to work with here. Like, this is the first time that Fisk has come back post Daredevil season 3 where I actually feel like his return is warranted. I'm of the opinion that they really shouldn't have brought Fisk back. Like, it's kind of annoying how much they're tiring out his storyline now. Like, it was done at the end of season 3 and they needed to keep it done, and when they brought him back, for the fans, I was like, whatever, I put up with it. But if you were to ask me, I'd be like, yeah, no, I'd rather not have Fisk. I'd rather have new villains and stuff like that, new characters. But this is the first time where I've been like, wow, like, I'm glad that Fisk came back, because or else I wouldn't have gotten to see this scene. Like, it was fucking amazing. It's the best scene that Fisk has had in his entire, like, return to the MCU. Like, it is incredible. Like, I don't think... I'd have to go back and comb through the Netflix show. There might be, like, 1 or 2 scenes where he gets this emotional, but I haven't seen Fisk this emotional, and I mean sad, not like emotional, because he has angry outbursts plenty of the time, but like, this choked up. Like, when I saw and heard Fisk, like, actually, like, starting to cry and, like, tear up, and, like, when Vanessa first wakes up, I was like, yo, this is, like, this is this is good shit. And it was, like, my mouth was fucking agape that entire time, seeing Fisk be so, like, vulnerable in that moment. And Vincent D'Onofrio, I mean, fucking 50 out of 10 performance. Like, holy shit. It was incredible. Like, dude, that might be some of his best acting this entire show, Netflix show included. I don't want to jump to these crazy statements or anything comparing it to the Netflix show, but that was some of his best work as Wilson Fisk. Like, seriously, that was fucking incredible. Just to see Fisk be that vulnerable and be that, like, just, I don't know, dude. Like, dude, that was incredible. And like I said, I think that might be my favorite scene in the entire episode. In an episode full of amazing fucking scenes and literally damn near Netflix show scenes. Like, dude, there wasn't a dull scene this whole episode. I'm not kidding. Not a single one. None of the past or present stuff was I just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like, episode 4, I loved it. There were some scenes where I was like, yeah, whatever. There was, like, the whole thing with Vanessa and the governor. I was kind of just like, yeah, whatever on that. I didn't hate it, but it was like, whatever. And then the whole thing with Mr. Charles and he was confronting Fisk. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I don't really care. There wasn't a single scene like that this episode. Not a single fucking one. Like, it was insane. Like, the consistent, just, like, this episode was hitting 20, like for the full 52-minute runtime. There wasn't a single scene where I was not sat up in my chair, locked in. Like, seriously. It was nuts. It was nuts. I really hope the mic isn't I'm playing with these gum wrappers that I have on my desk. I really hope the mic isn't picking this up. I broke my headphones, so I can't listen to the audio that I'm recording right now. I'm pretty sure it's working, but, like, whatever. Y'all will be able to hear me anyway, so I need to fucking throw these away, so I don't keep fucking fidgeting with them. But, yeah, it was great to see Eldon Henson back as Foggy, obviously. If anything, this episode just pissed me off even more about the fact that they killed him. I know it's not this crew's fault. Like, they kind of just had to deal damn, I can't think of the phrase. Work with the hand that they were dealt, right? From the old shitty showrunners from the pre-overhaul Born Again that killed Foggy off screen. I hate them. They're going to hell. I'm just kidding. I'm being hyperbolic, but they made a lot of shitty creative decisions in that pre-overhaul era when they were producing Born Again. Killing off Foggy and Karen has to be the worst sin of all time. And unfortunately, this fucking show just had to put up with it. Like, they had to deal with it. Maybe there's something they can pull off later where Foggy would come back. And I'm usually an advocate for, if you're going to kill off a character, keep them dead, keep the emotional impact of their death, keep the, commit to something. But if they were to bring Foggy back in the show, not even trying to be a fanboy, I would be totally okay with it, because I think that the decision to kill off Foggy, even though they were forced to do it, was the stupidest fucking thing. And this episode just made me so much more pissed off that, like, he's not in every episode. Like, he's like having Foggy in an episode of Daredevil shouldn't be like this, oh man, I can't wait for him to show up. I can't wait for this one episode that Foggy shows up. Like, he should be a series regular, right? I shouldn't be begging for scraps of Foggy in a fucking Daredevil show, Like, that's how, like, that is just such an insane sentence. Like, yeah, I was really excited for Foggy to come back, and I'm sure thousands upon millions of other people were. But, like, we shouldn't be, like, so giddy to see Foggy, right? Like, he should be a regular. And the fact that they killed him off just snuffed out so much story potential, so much, just so much potential. And it really pisses me off. And especially watching this episode, seeing that dynamic that Charlie and Eldon have, and they still pulled it off, like just like they had never left, right? Like, it felt ripped, like I said, straight out of season 1. Like, their dynamic, everything, it never felt fake, it never felt stilted, it never felt like, oh yeah, they don't really have that, it's not really the same. No, it felt exactly the same. Like I said, like it was they goddamn time traveled back to 2015. Like, it was insane. By the way, they both look great. Except for Matt's wig. Matt's wig was a little fucking weird, or his hair, however you want to say it. I don't know if that was a wig or not. I'm pretty sure it was, but like, it looked a little weird. The swoopy, it was weird. But I don't. It's just a fucking wig. It's not that big of a deal. But I did notice that, and I was like, especially when it was confirmed that these flashbacks took place during season 1, like, not before. Because originally I started to think that maybe, wait, no. Wait, okay, sorry. I just had a fucking, because the end of the episode made me believe that, I don't know. I'm having a little bit of a brain fart trying to figure out when these flashbacks take place, because the end of the episode made me believe that it took place during season 1, episode 3. But that wouldn't really make much sense, because Foggy and Matt were still at Landman and Zach, and it was very clear that both of these, like, flashbacks, like the storyline of Fisk and Wesley, was taking place concurrently with the Foggy and Matt flashbacks. But then the way that this episode ended made me believe that, I don't know. I'd have to go rewatch it. Maybe I picked up on the wrong signals or something. Maybe I am misinterpreting the ending. But it can't be. Okay, so maybe I'll give the wig a little bit more of a pass. All that to say, maybe I'll give the wig a pass, just because when the episode started and I was like, okay, they're in the closet or whatever, and so this is very clearly pre-season 1. So yeah, obviously, and Karen isn't in the picture. Yeah, forget everything I just fucking said. I just had to, like, do all those mental logistics in my fucking head to figure out when those flashbacks took place. Because the ending really threw me off, and it made me think that I don't know. But, yeah, all that to say that maybe Matt's wig, I can excuse it. Because it's very clearly before season 1, I guess. So, holy shit. Sorry, I'm looking at the score of the Hornets and Heat play-in game concurrently with this, and the Hornets are winning in overtime right now. Please, LaMelo Ball, save us. Sorry. But yeah, enough about the fucking wig. Jesus Christ, I just wasted like 20 minutes on that. Yeah, everything in the flashbacks was great. It was so great to see my boy Wesley back. Like every actor that was in these flashbacks. Oh my God, Charlotte won. Fuck yeah, let's go. Suck it, Adebayo, add the mayo. Fuck you. and you're fucking 83 points. Sorry, I just got that notification. Oh my god, fuck yeah. Sorry. I'm back on track. But everyone in these flashbacks that was in the Netflix show as well, Matt, Foggy, Wesley, Fisk, even Vanessa, felt like their performances were ripped straight out of God, thank God for LaMelo Ball, dude. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by these updates that I'm getting. But everyone who was in the flashbacks that was also in the Netflix show felt like their performances were ripped straight out of the Netflix show, because while their performances are very similar in Born Again, they're not exactly the same, because obviously, some time has passed and these characters have changed. But the way, like, they very clearly, all of the actors were portraying their characters the same as they were in season 1 and not the same as they are in Born Again. Like Fisk especially, I felt the difference. He was much like calmer and much just like more like reserved and everything, and I thought that was incredible. Wesley obviously felt just exactly how he did before. And crazy fucking revelation that Wesley and Buck knew each other. Rest in peace, Wesley. They knew each other. That was such a crazy, cool connection that I never would have guessed. Like, who knew that the British Wesley actually knew the real Wesley? Like, that was just a joke that people made online, for the past year or whatever since Born Again came out. That Buck was just British Wesley, but who fucking knew that he literally knew Wesley? Like, he was chummy with fucking Wesley, dude. Like, that's crazy. And that was a very nice connection. Like, weaving these characters in through the Netflix mythos, like, does a lot for these new characters. And I think Buck probably has to be my favorite of the new characters. Daniel is also great. BB Urich is also great. But Buck, I mean, they've gone above and beyond with his characterization this season. Him and Daniel both two characters who were kind of one note last season. They've gone above and fucking beyond. I mean, they've made all the new characters a good bit better than they were last season, but especially Daniel and Buck, they have gone above and beyond with their characterization, and they have made them into characters that I actually want to see. Like, I actually want to see them in Season 3. I have a theory that Daniel's going to die at the end of Season 2, so I don't think we're going to be seeing him in Season 3, but I'm pretty sure Buck's actor is confirmed for Season 3, and I'm actually excited. I'm excited to see him now. Like, before he was just British Wesley, and he was just the guy that, shoots people or whatever, but no, he actually is a very fucking interesting character, and dropping him into the old, like, sort of Netflix timeline, if you will, through those flashbacks that are very obviously visually mimicking the Netflix show, creates that illusion that it is the Netflix show. And all this to say that them kind of weaving him into the Daredevil, like, Netflix sort of era was fucking brilliant. Like, that was brilliant. And it does a lot for his characterization and everything. And that was a very cool thing that I just was not expecting at all. That was awesome. So yeah, and I thought the little, and I gotta say, maybe I'm just an idiot. Maybe everyone else picked up on it immediately. This is, I think, the first time where this show has genuinely had to make me think about, like, what are they trying to say here? And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in the best way possible. Because most of the, the arcs and the writing in the show have always been very obvious to me, like, this show has never been as subtle or more subtle than the Netflix show, and I'm not going to say that this episode was on that level, but it was genuinely the first time where I really had to think about what they were saying. And like it, and like I said, I mean that in a good way. I mean that like, the show actually fucking made me think for once. And I'm talking about the storyline when they were intercutting between the storyline with Matt and Foggy and that other guy from Foggy's childhood. They were intercutting that with the Matt and Dex stuff from present day. And it wasn't until, like, the very end when, like, it was cutting between, Foggy at that dude's apartment, and he was, like, giving him the money and everything. He was cutting between that and Matt leaving Dex, but then turning around to go help him. And it was only at that point where I truly understood what they were trying to say. But like they really had me like thinking, like while they were intercutting between these two storylines, and I was like, where are they going with this? Like um where are they going with this Matt and Foggy flashback? Like I was really trying to grasp it, but I never really was able to until the very end. And I like that. I like that the show had me thinking for once and actually made me use my fucking critical thinking cap to think to try and understand what they're saying. Like I love that. The Netflix show made me do that all the time, and I'm glad this show actually made me do it for once. Brownie points for that. But yeah, that was great. That whole storyline and running it, intercutting it with the Matt and Dex stuff, I thought that was great. And I thought the Matt and Dex stuff, while we're on the subject, was also phenomenal. Right? Them having the whole Bullseye having his whole tipping, leveling the scales bullshit, and he was actually kind of just like borderline suicidal in this episode, right? Like he was literally just telling Matt, just leave me to die. Like he did not care about surviving. He killed Vanessa. Well, ultimately she ended up dying. And that's all that mattered to him, was leveling the scales in his own like twisted sense of justice. And so he could have given a shit whether he lived or died, but Matt was so hell bent on saving him. And he had the whole line of like, I'm trying to save you because I tried to kill you. Like that was great. Obviously it's in Matt's nature to not let people die and all that stuff. But I thought it was very well executed in this episode, and their whole dynamic I thought was fantastic. Dude, I have to mention when they were in Clinton Church and Matt said, I know someone who can help. And then I swear to God, when he uttered the words, a nurse, I fucking threw my hands up like a damn referee that just witnessed a touchdown in the end zone, dude. I was fucking hyped. I wanted to see Claire Temple so fucking bad, dude, because I know that's who he was talking about. Like, obviously, Like, I was like, when he said those words, I literally I was like, please, oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe my fucking ears. Like, I couldn't believe that I actually just heard that. I thought that, maybe they'll bring in Claire Temple down the line at some point, next season when they bring back Luke Cage and Iron Fist, maybe they'll start to trickle in the other Netflix characters. But dude, when he said that, I was appalled. I was genuinely like, holy shit, no way. Holy shit, no way. But we didn't see her this episode, and that's fine. Obviously, like they threw that line in. They can't fucking not follow up on it at some point, either this season or next season. Claire Temple's got to make a return. She has to. But I think maybe she's busy shooting the Ahsoka show, or maybe that's wrap filming. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on with Star Wars anymore. But yeah, dude, I got so hyped when I heard that shit, dude. But anyways, getting back on track, everything with Matt and Dex I thought was fantastic. And like I said, I don't want to harp too much on the visuals, but there was this a while back, I think it was even before this season premiered. Like in the original season 2 trailer, there's that shot of Matt, and he's reaching out for Bullseye's hand to like pull him up. And in the original trailer, that shot is beautiful, right? It's got like the half red and half blue lighting. But then in some later promotional material, they had that shot in there, except the blue part was just flooding with that window backlighting that I've been talking about. And I was like, oh God, they changed it, and it's going to be... I still had some scrappling of hope in my brain for some reason that they were going to stick with the original shot that they used in the original trailer, because that shot genuinely looks better. And then that shot appeared in this episode, and it was the window backlit one, and I wanted to kill myself. It was damn near like a 1 second shot, so it's not that big of a deal. But damn it, man, like, it's so frustrating that they literally show time and time again that they can make this show look good, but they choose deliberately not to, and it's just like, oh, fucking Dario Scartapane, whoever else is in charge of the, like, dude, when I get my hands on you, I'm just playing. But yeah, that pissed me off. But it was just a little 1 second clip or whatever. But it's a recurring problem in this show that fucking just just pisses me off, dude, because everything else is so good. Like, if this window backlighting problem was in a much worse show, I probably wouldn't be talking about it as much because it would just be like another bad thing. But that's the problem, is that there's so much other great stuff in this show, and specifically these episodes, and then you throw in the shitty window backlighting and it just like muddies it, and it's just like, oh, like it was so close to being like just fantastic, and then you throw that shitty window backlighting in there and a number of other visual problems, and it's like, okay, you kind of took it down a tier, right? Like, it can only be so good with these kind of meh visuals, and it's just it's goddamn frustrating, dude. It's so frustrating. But yeah, yeah, that happened, and then you got that whole cliffhanger of Matt bringing Dex to the little hideout that him and Karen are at, Frank's old hideout. That's going to be an interesting to see how that's followed up on, to see how, because I mean, obviously, Karen is not going to take that well, because he killed Foggy. Bullseye killed Foggy, and so she's obviously not going to. There's going to be definitely one, if not multiple, argument scenes between Matt and Karen next week. And yeah, that's going to be very interesting. I think Jessica Jones is gonna finally fucking make her re-debut, if you will, next episode, which it's about fucking time, because they featured her so heavily in the marketing just to have her in 3 episodes of the show. But she'll be in next season, so it's fine. I'll give it a pass. But I think she's finally coming into the show next episode, and I could not be more excited for that. And yeah, what else do we have? This episode is so fucking rich, dude. It's so rich. Like, last episode really did it for me, but this, wow. I'm not gonna say it was on par with the Netflix show, because you've obviously got the you know, the issues that has plagued Born Again, mostly visual issues, and you know, it's not quite on the same level, but this is the closest they've ever come. This is by far the closest they've ever come to replicating the Netflix quality. Again, it's not Netflix quality, but it's as close as we're probably ever gonna get. I mean, the flashbacks did most of that work, just with the improved visuals. I wish this whole show looked like that, but I guess we don't live in a perfect world, do we? Oh, it's just so frustrating, dude. Seeing those beautiful visuals, that beautiful Netflix lighting that they can very obviously are capable of doing, and then they choose not to do it, bro. It's like, fuck. But I don't want to keep rambling on about that. I feel like I've mentioned that at least 58 times now, but it's just fucking frustrating. But other than that, I mean, phenomenal episode. Best of Born Again so far. And like I said, this is the best like film media that we've gotten of Daredevil since season 3. Easily. The combo of last episode and this episode is a fucking crazy 1-2 punch. Like, it's we're cooking. They're cooking behind the scenes, dude. I cannot wait to see what is in store with these next 3 episodes. It's gonna be fucking awesome, dude. It's gonna be whoo. And unfortunately, I do know how the season ends. And if you don't want spoilers for how the season ends, then click away or skip over whatever. But Mike Coulter, of all people, the man that plays Luke Cage, he is returning in season 3 along with Finn Jones, Danny Rand, and Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter, obviously. But Mike Coulter, for some reason, so they're shooting season 3 right now, and my boy Mike Coulter, for some fucking reason, thought it was okay to post a selfie of him on the set of Born Again season 3 with Deborah Ann Woll and Charlie Cox in costume. And Charlie Cox is wearing a prison jumpsuit. And wouldn't you know, the background, which the set they're on, is a prison set. Mike, what the fuck, dude? Like, I had a pretty good idea that Matt was going to get arrested at the end of the season, but the man just straight up damn confirmed it while the season is airing. Like, dude, come on, man. Like, it doesn't it takes down my excitement a little bit, but I'm still invested. I'm still excited. Obviously, like it doesn't ruin the show for me or whatever. It doesn't ruin the season, but that was disappointing, dude. Like Mike, why'd you have to fucking do that, dude? Like me and everyone else who's like chronically online and like on Twitter and stuff on Daredevil Twitter, like pretty much knew that was going to happen at the end of the season. Like we were able to piece that together. But just imagine some guy who isn't chronically online and just like a casual Daredevil fan opens Instagram to see that, and he's like, "What? Matt's in prison? Like what the fuck, dude?" Like I feel so bad for the people. There's probably plenty of people who went through that today. Mike Coulter since took the Instagram post down. Obviously, he probably got a death threat from Kevin Feige on the phone. I can't believe that shit is allowed to slide now. Like there was a time when Kevin Feige would threaten motherfuckers' lives just for revealing that they had a mustache in the show. I'm talking about Owen Wilson here. And Mike Coulter can just post full spoilers for Daredevil Born Again Season 2 and how it ends, and he's probably going to be fine. He's not going to get fired or anything. Like, why would they fire him when they just rehired him? Like, whatever. And it's not like they care about the Daredevil IP that much because, like, they marketed this season so poorly. Like, it's probably not that big of a deal. But still, why the fuck do you do that, Mike? What the fuck, buddy? But no, I'm very excited to see season 3, and I'm very very excited to see how that gets built up to. You know, Matt getting arrested. I'm assuming his identity gets revealed and everything. But yeah, that I can't believe I already know how the season ends, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, man, I feel like there's something I damn missed in the in this episode. There's just so much here. There's so much here. But yeah, that's I think that's gonna wrap it up. Great episode. No notes. Like I said, I still have those visual qualms, but it's hard to stay negative when there's just so much fucking positive here. Like there's so much good stuff here. It's great. It's great. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Again, not even a single dull moment. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the Daniel and Buck stuff. I'll just go over that quickly. I thought it was good. You know, the whole like Daniel thinking he's gonna get killed by Buck was like a maybe unintentionally funny bit. Like I knew that he wasn't gonna die, obviously, because we still had to get to that shot where he's like saw or shovel. You know, when they open the trunk and you know, what's his name? Daniel is like all shocked and everything. We hadn't gotten to that shot up to that point, so I knew he wasn't going to die. But it was kind of funny, like knowing that, seeing Daniel like genuinely shitting his pants, like thinking that he was going to get slimed out by Buck right then and there, Adriana LaServa style in the middle of the woods. But that was I think that they do have a very nice dynamic, and I'm very interested to see, because I do think that Buck is going to get killed. Not Buck. Daniel. Buck. I think that Buck is going to kill Daniel at some point in these next 3 episodes. Maybe in the finale, I don't know. But I think it's there's no way. Like, there's no fucking way that Daniel makes it out of the season alive. Like, he's just too much of a liability, and he's unintentionally leaking all this stuff, and da-da-da-da-da, whatever. I feel like this is going to be his last chance, the whole, like, loyalty thing, and they're going to chop up this dude's body and bury him or whatever. But yeah, I think that all that stuff's great. Like I said, not a single dull, like even the stuff that doesn't include Bullseye or Matt or Fisk or Vanessa or whomever else, Foggy, even the stuff that doesn't include any of them, like the stuff with Daniel and Buck, I thought it was great. I thought it was fucking awesome, and I was locked in every second of this episode. I wish my stupid Disney Plus plan didn't have ads, because it would just be like, I'd be so locked in, they would cut to a fucking commercial about Viagra or something. I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? But no, that's all my broke ass can afford, is the cheapest ad Disney Plus plan. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. But yeah, everything in this episode was just fucking amazing. I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10 or anything, because I mean it wasn't perfect, but like it's a 9 out of 10. It's probably as good as this show is gonna get. But I'd love to eat my words on that. You know, I'd love to be so fucking wrong, but I can't imagine how they outdo themselves after this. they're gonna have to do some crazy shit. And I mean, I have no reason to believe that the show's gonna get any worse because I mean, all the early reviews like just say it just keeps getting better and better and better. So I mean, shit, we're in for a fucking ride, dude. Like I better not be let down by these next 3 episodes at all. But yeah, this was an amazing episode. This review is running over 40 fucking minutes. That's how you know how good this episode was, even though I spent half of it talking about the window backlighting. Um, but yeah, it was a great episode, and I don't want to say I love this show yet, but I'm really liking it. Like I'm really liking it so far. I love the Netflix show. I don't love this show, but I really like it. And the last 2 episodes have done most of the legwork to get me to that point of really, really liking it. I'm really liking where it's headed and all that stuff. I'm gonna quit running on talking because I have fucking homework to do, and I have to go to work in the morning and do a fuck ton of stuff. But also, speaking of that, don't expect don't expect a review of The Boys Season 5, Episode 3 anytime soon. I have so much shit going on the next couple of days. I don't know when I'm going to get the chance to watch and review that, but hopefully it'll be soon before the end of the weekend. I don't know. But yeah, just that I wanted to say that because I have a ton of shit going on. I don't know when I'm going to get time to watch and review that. Not nearly excited for that as I am. Like I have a ton of shit currently going on right now, but I still stopped everything to fucking watch this episode and review it because that's how locked in I am. And I'm gonna do the same damn thing next week. But with The Boys, it's just like, yeah, I'll watch it whenever. No shade to The Boys, but I'm loving this show way more so far. But yeah, I'm gonna shut the hell up now, and yeah, that's gonna be it. But I love this episode so much, and I'm loving where the show's going. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. We are so fucking back. We've been back since last week, but we've never been more back, arguably. Like, oh my god, this shit is so good. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Yeah. That's gonna wrap it up. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.